Hello and welcome to this week's This Is MediaCity. I'm Stephen Chapman, and as you can probably tell from the traffic behind me, we are out and about this week again today. This time we are at the brand new TeeClub, which is an indoor golf centre which has just opened round the corner from MediaCity. We're going to find out all about it. Hello and welcome to this week's This Is MediaCity. You may have noticed we're not in our normal studios. We're in the brand new TeeClub, and joining me is the boss. Nick is joining me here. Now, usually we start This Is MediaCity with, well, we have our icebreaker, our yellow questions that we ask. We're going to do it differently this time. You'll see over here we've got questions to the left, questions to the middle, questions to the right. I'm terrible at golf. There is absolutely no chance. I'm going to try and hit the ball. Whichever nearest ends up, you're going to answer those questions. I think we're safe with the middle. I think we are genuinely safe with the middle.
Come on, man.
So, are you ready for this?
Absolutely.
I've got a stance of kind.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Look at that. Straight down the middle.
Is that middle? I mean, I'm going to take that as a middle. Right,
Absolutely.
we can stop recording now. That's everything. That's done. That's all right. Okay, fab. Let's give you a question. We'll give you one of those two to answer.
Best golf claim to fame. Oof, very good one. Claim to fame would be I've played with the FedEx champion and beaten the Masters champion.
And they are?
Tommy Fleetwood and Danny Willett.
Who are both the most lovely golfers on the tour, I think.
Absolutely.
They are. They
are.
So presumably it wasn't recently, or was it recently?
This was a long time ago. I think I'm going back to when I was 14 years old. I think, yeah.
Oh, really?
Playing for Lancashire boys. Fleetwood was my doubles partner maybe for 2 or 3 games, but I'll cling on to that. And we had a game against Yorkshire. Danny Willett playing for Yorkshire, and we beat them in a doubles match.
Do you know, even at that age, that these guys are going to be as good as they are?
I'd say not. I think when I was playing with Fleetwood, he was still younger than me, so he didn't necessarily have the distance off the tee, but his putting was unbelievable. He'd knock putts in from everywhere. So I suppose when you've got that, as soon as that distance comes, you kind of nailed on, aren't you?
Part of me thinks I should stop there, but I feel we also need to do a second question. Do I need a different club caddy?
Should we change it up?
Do I need to, on this one, do I
Fancy
need
a
to
driver?
go for a different? No. Nobody's ready for a driver.
Come on, let's do it.
Honestly. Just because I hit one decent shot, Right, I don't usually get these ads for bag ever. Right, okay. Any tips?
It looks good. You've set up really well.
Yeah? Right, well, fingers crossed, everyone. Stand by, camera operators. This could go anywhere. They've all got their cameras out as well. This is unfair. Ready? Let's go.
That's not bad, but it's given us a left-hand question.
I think that is giving us a left-hand question, which was deliberate because we'd already done a centre question.
Absolutely, yeah, you couldn't hit it down the middle.
I mean, I can't. Let's call that a deliberate left-hander. Right, go for that. Final one, and then we'll get some proper talking done.
Favourite course or dream course? Dream course has got to be Augusta.
Yeah?
I'll never get to play it, but that would be a dream. I visited it, and it's spectacular. Favourite course on the same trip, actually, I played Harbour Town, which is where the tour convened the week after the Masters. That was beautiful. Spectacular.
You have lots of courses on here. Revise with those were on there.
You're testing me, I don't know. The Augusta isn't. And I don't think Harbour Town is either.
So
but I'll have to go and search for it.
You can't even play it in the quietness of your own
There
place.
is 450 plus courses on there.
Yeah.
So it may well be. I just haven't found it yet.
Right, I'm going to chill out and let's go and ask some questions. I've done my golf bit.
That was brilliant.
They went forward.
That was really good.
I was worried about hitting walls, I'll be honest. Okay. Well, obviously I'm still buzzing. I mean, I only did 2 shots there. I want that underlined. That wasn't like take 25. They did go forward.
Yeah.
And
very impressed.
Yeah, Now, tell me about this amazing new place we've got here. It's literally just, we might hear kind of banging and stuff in the background because
there's still a bit of snagging going on.
There's still a bit of snagging
going. It is brand new. We opened on Monday. We had our media event, which was fantastic. It went really, really well.
Lots of celebrities turned up, I see.
Yeah,
on
plenty,
social.
plenty from Coronation Street. So that was nice to see
Were
them,
they
obviously
any
being
good?
so local.
Were they any good?
Do you know what? Really good. Yeah, Alan Halsall, Tyrone, very, very good golfer. So yeah, it was good to have them down. Yeah, and then we did have a few people on Monday, but then it's probably say we officially opened on Tuesday. We had a nice steady flow of bookings, and that's continued on into the week.
So we're just on the water side here at Salford Quays. Now, tell us a bit about what TeeClub is. People will be able to see it from the cameras, of course, but you've got a few bays, and it's basically hitting it at the screen, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it was always important from the start of this that we had the best technology we could. So we're using TrackMan. It's very, very accurate. The kind of level you can go into in the software is unbelievable. Even from your serious golfers getting all their data, but then going down to the complete other side of the scale. There's plenty of fun, interactive games that groups of guys that aren't necessarily golfers can just come and have fun and have a go. The concept was to create a golf club indoors. That was, just trying to set ourselves aside from other venues, other competitive socialising venues. It was more to try and create a community, everything a golf club is. Try and create memberships, trying to offer them competitions to get together and just create that community.
There's kind of that. It's almost like I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but it's almost like that 10-pin bowling kind of vibe, because you've got the bar, you can sit at the table, you've got mates round and things like that, I suppose. Is that the aim?
Yeah, absolutely. It is and it isn't. We can do that. That's absolutely, that's going to be, a real core part of our business. But then on the other spin, we almost want to, get that community together. Like I say, it's not just somewhere I want people to just drop in and then we not see them again for 12 months. I almost want them to feel comfortable, welcome, and just stay around and come back week after week.
I saw on your website you were talking about kind of set up in the cafe area, do a bit of work, play a bit of golf, do a bit of work. That sounds like a dream for some people.
Absolutely, yeah. Or even set up in one of the bays, and you can be swinging away while you're on a Teams call. Yeah, no, we're open to anything. Yeah.
Talk to me about this technology then, because obviously it's called the TrackMan system. So I presume there's a camera looking down to work out how the swing's gone left. It's not just about where it hits on the screen, is it?
There's infrared and there's a camera. So there's a camera tracking the club and the ball, and then there's infrared that's calculating all the data and how that ball has left the mat, how the club has interacted with that ball to create the different spins, and then all that data is collated, and I think they claim it's around 95-96% accurate. So it's really, really high.
So if you come here often enough, obviously working, and occasionally playing the golf in between doing your team's course, can you see the difference on the course? Because obviously this is amazing.
Yeah.
But most of my game isn't on grass that looks like this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I get that question. I've had that question for the last kind of 10 years coaching at Trafford Golf Centre. You're hitting off a flat mat, you are. Now, you're getting all that data to help improve your overall swing, so then it will stand up better in all environments. But I'm not going to kind of say, no, this is going to really help you. As soon as you get on the golf course and you're on the uneven lies, different lengths of grass, you're slopping around in the mud, which is something we're trying to pull people in here to get away from the weather this time of year. But no, it's a different animal out on the golf course. But like I say, that first shot off the tee where you are on a flat surface, you can improve your swing to help you out in that instance. And then you're going to come up with some sticky situations on the golf course, and hope the better your swing is, the better the technique is, the better you're going to be out of those situations.
So the aim of this is to try and keep more on the fairway and less
Correct.
on the rough.
Correct.
And also, I think on one of your other you've got like things you can play around with the floor. Is that right? Did you say?
Yeah, in the coaching fitting studio, our coach that's come in is putting a movable hitting mat and putting green, so we can work on those different sloping lies, or he can work on those when he's delivering a lesson.
Now, tell me about your background. How on earth did you end up here? Why? What brought you to building something like this?
I mean, golf's been my life from 4 years old until 38 now. Started off as obviously an amateur golfer, reached a good,
beating future Ryder Cup players. Yeah.
Absolutely, reached a good level, and then decided to turn pro. That was down in Macclesfield at the Titherington Club. I was there for 7 years, and then moved back home, really up to Trafford Golf Centre, and I've been coaching there for 10 years now. How we've got here, I think it's always been there's always been this sort of underlying desire to have my own thing, and I think I've got a good friend that I play with regularly, and we've always kind of traded ideas and gone, how do we develop this? And it started off as like an indoor short game area, because there's no way you can go for an indoor bit of indoor short game practice, or a bit of short game practice in general. But then it was kind of like, well, how do you monetize that? And you really can't. So it's always just been a bit of a pipe dream until this opportunity became available. The technology has reached a level where it's almost as good as it can be. And yeah, it's evolved into this.
And the space here, because I imagine when people think about these kind of areas, they're kind of big, long things with everybody next to each other. This isn't. Is that because of the building, or is that your design decisions, or because we're kind of all in a little kind of L shape, square shape?
Yeah. Like you say, generally when you go to places like this, all the bays are in a line, and that was probably the intention when we set out. Obviously, we decided to come to MediaCity, and we were looking around the available spaces, and this one just seemed to be a really attractive offering where it is, with the waterfront right on the road as we come in, really close to the sort of on-site parking. So then it was a case of, what can the architects achieve with the space? And do you know what? I think now it's in. I think it almost works better, because we've almost got little spaces. There's private areas. Then the other bays are almost in their own little groups. So I think it'll be great when we start to fill, and we start to have those nights where hopefully the offices are coming over, and we've got 2 groups of people all from the same environment kind of collated together. And then at the same time, there can be other groups off on the other side of the building doing their own thing as well.
Yeah, because you've got a bar there. You're 5 minutes from MediaCity, kind of the main centre bit, aren't you, as well? Yeah, so you're right in a good place. What were the biggest, I mean, this isn't your bag, I think, building these things. So what was the biggest challenge, but the biggest success to get this open?
Biggest challenge was, I think, learning along the way. You come in very naive with what seemed like a very good idea, and I'll stand by it. It's still a very good idea. But there's been so many hurdles along the way, even from working with the architect, choosing the builder, and then the legal side. I think the legal side, you underestimate, you don't understand the amount of detail that comes in it, and then the time it's taken to get to this point. I think it's been probably nearly 2 years from when we had the idea and right, let's go with it. And it's just been a long time getting to this point. But then the achievement, I suppose, is then the idea and the vision that we set out with has been created pretty much to the T. We've not had to compromise really on anything. So yeah.
Is the best bit for you the opening night and having all these people here, or is it having this full in a few weeks' time? What's going to be the thing where you go, I've done this now?
There was a lot of stress leading up to the Open, and a lot of people coming all at the same time to the press night. I think what was really pleasing at that moment was seeing that we could cope with so many people. the reality is I'll be happy when we're a bit busier and a bit fuller, and obviously that will happen over a period of time. So yeah, we've just got to keep doing what we're doing. The bays will fill. I'm really confident in that. It's a beautiful space, nice environment to be in. But yeah, I think answering your question, get another couple of weeks out of the way, and then the nerves will start to go away.
Right, let's talk about the practicalities of this, because I'm assuming that you're not expecting people to turn up with a full set of golf clubs if they're coming from work. No. If you book in advance, so you can become a member, I think, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
What brings you to the bay? Do you have to hire clubs as well?
You don't. You don't have to hire clubs. We offer clubs free of charge. We've teamed with TaylorMade, so they've supplied us with golf clubs for
They're
each
very
bay.
good, because they seem to go straighter than my clubs.
They're very good clubs. I think that was all you, to be fair. That was very good. But no, we've got clubs available in each bay. We'd encourage golfers to bring their own clubs. I always think it's useful to play and practice with the ones that you're going to be using on the golf course. I appreciate people are in the offices, they can't cart the clubs around everywhere. And that's why we've got the clubs available. Likewise, like I said earlier, we're not just about golfers. We want those wannabe golfers or people that just want to come and have a good time. So we've got everything available to them that they need. They don't need to bring anything. They can just turn up with the.
And I was going to say the other thing about the I think it was the wannabe golfers is you mentioned 400 and how many courses?
There's 450 courses. Yeah.
But you've also got. I'm sure I've seen this on your website, so I might be wrong. But there's games and stuff as well. Presumably that's for younger golfers trying to get into the sport.
Yeah, younger. I think there's some really good games targeted to the younger market. But then also there's like your longest drive. There's the nearest the pin. There's 10-pin bowling you can play on there. There's games like capture the flag and shuffle golf. So. There's loads that anyone can just have a go at and just have a bit of fun. You don't have to go and play a full round of golf or just be stood on the driving range hitting balls. That's more for the, I'd say the dedicated golfer, especially hitting the balls on the range and getting all their numbers and distances. So we'll have that kind of vast kind of variety of golfer coming in for different experiences.
And as your background is a bit in coaching as well, are you going to be offering coaching here as well?
We are offering coaching. I've got a coach that's come in and set up Elevate Golf Academy. So he'll be offering lessons from yesterday. So that is available. I will join in with that academy at some point once the business has grown to a level where I can dedicate a little bit more time back to coaching. It's going to be an exciting period of time.
And talk to me about golf as well, because golf is traditionally been seen as quite stuffy, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that changing? Are things like this going to start changing so that people feel a bit more? I feel like they can just turn up and play.
Yeah. It has got that stigma, but then I think it has already started to change. I think golf participation is through the roof. Actually, off the back of COVID, it's just continued to grow and grow and grow. And I think that that has changed golf in general. Golf clubs are accepting more people. They're not kind of sticking to their rules. And then stuff like this, the Tomorrow's Golf League (TGL) launched last year, which was an indoor concept that Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy launched,
which was kind of using TrackMan style stuff as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're using the same thing, obviously on a bigger scale than this, but very similar. So golf is evolving. There's different ways in which you can get into it. Places like this, there's a lot more places like this, popping up all over the country. So it's something that is kind of it's growing. Sport is growing.
And you're going to have to stop people running up and doing the Happy Gilmore style drives in here, aren't you?
Yeah, we've still got to think about the safety element. We are in a quite enclosed space, but yeah.
So what is next for you? Because we are 3-4 days since opening. I don't think even that far, are we?
Yeah, no, 3 days. Yeah, 3 days into opening. Yeah.
So we've not had a weekend yet.
No.
What's the next push for you guys?
Targeting events, trying to get some events in through the doors, members through the doors. We've just got to start to get the name out there, get the brand out there, and then I can start to rest a little bit. That holiday still seems a long way away, but yeah, we're pushing on here for now.
Well, just put up a course in Portugal or something there, grab a Madri or whatever it is, and you can just pretend.
Pretend, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, we may as well finish the podcast with a plug. So how, website, membership details, what do people need to do? Either of those cameras is yours for the moment.
Okay, fantastic. The website is t-club.co.uk. All the information is on there. Book a bay. There's membership options for those that feel that they're potentially going to be here regularly. There's a corporate membership package in there which includes venue hire. So yeah, have a look. If there's something there of interest, if there's something on there that you know doesn't tick your boxes, just get in touch, and I'm sure it's something we can look to create.
And I have to ask you this question because I'm sitting next to someone who beat Tommy Fleetwood. What's your biggest golf tip for someone, whether they're beginner or advanced?
I mean, you've got to get the basics right. You know, when you're starting out, get the basics right. Don't just jump in with what feels comfortable. What's right won't feel comfortable straight away. But you know, there's plenty of tutorials online. Get the grip right, get your posture right. Once you've ticked those boxes, then you can evolve. You can evolve over time. You might not see that instant success, but it's something that will develop. I think the toughest thing for me as a coach is to try and change someone that's been playing golf for 6-7 years without a lesson, and they've developed their own ways. Obviously, we can still improve those golfers, but it's kind of old dog, new tricks, and we're just trying to polish it to make it as best it can be. But there'll always be those limitations because of the habits that have kind of set in over time.
So it's not just buying more expensive clubs each time.
No, but you could come and do that.
It was just for the wife. I just thought it might be a good way to get more clubs, but no, clearly not. Okay, that would have been an easy Christmas present, but there we go. Thank you ever so much for coming on the podcast, and good luck with everything that happens next.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching and listening to This is Media City, and remember to please like, subscribe, share, comment, and do all you can to spread the word. This is Media City is a 39 Pictures production on behalf of Media City and in partnership with the University of Salford, and all the team behind the scenes are all graduates and undergraduates at the university. The production team are Meg Bond, Tegan Easton, Akila Hewitt and James Young.